tablet. Oh. Yeah. We'll wait for... Oh, it's already there. People are already commenting.
Yeah, I haven't gotten... Oh, there's the notification. All right.
All right.
So let's open this bad boy up.
Okay. I am getting no updates on the tablet. Okay. I am getting no updates on the tablet. But there are people commenting in the stream, which is weird.
Comments in the stream.
What we're trying to do is find a way for me to be able to manage the super chats without opening a single extra tab on my computer. This is the last idea I have to try to maximize the amount of processing power this old computer has to run the chat. If I go back to the dashboard, open with Chrome. Yes, always. Looking for Creator Studio or dashboard, then get the Creator Studio. I already have it.
Yeah, same.
All right. Close. Open YouTube Studio.
All
right. Henry's the first guy.
And I'm screenshotting it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Comments, 3 more recent. Okay, I'm clicking on it. That's not doing anything. How? Comments. All right. It's not showing any of the live comments in YouTube Studio. There's Jacob Shapiro. Here's
with a new one.
$2 till buying a damn laptop. Justin Lowe says he's going to give me an old MacBook that he has. That can hopefully solve this problem. All right. I click on YouTube and it goes to the YouTube app. Don't worry, we'll get to this podcast proper.
Man, I need to go harder at the gym to undo all my holiday damage because I look like straight ass on this stream.
See, I get top chat and I get live chat on here. At one point, I got super chat. So I could just see the super chat, which was handy.
Yeah. Why would you not?
But now it's not there, and I don't know why.
Were all the times you did that, did you originate the stream from the tablet?
You know what? I think I was streaming directly from the tablet, and I was able to see just the stream. Workforce 520 says, damn it, I'm just about to leave for the gym.
Screenshotted both of the new super chats. So we will get to absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
It's
Greetings
just
from Antarctica. Who is that? Is that guy for real? He's from Antarctica.
Well, my buddy,
like he's at. Well, oh yeah, that one guy we reviewed the Kia.
Yeah, my friend Duncan. He worked in Antarctica for a while.
Are you signed into the tablet and the same account as your stream? Yeah. Closing the YouTube app. Going to the YouTube Studio app, clicking on, I'll click on Analytics and just see what it does. Discovery, interactive content. These are just graphs. Settings. I don't want any notifications. Hello, fellow Pennsylvanians. Hello, Jacob. Yo, do a 2005 Toyota Sienna. We haven't done one of those.
No, we have not.
Mom almost bought one.
Really?
Well, we looked at one, remember?
Oh, that's right. I wouldn't say almost. I think she's kind of was considering everything, and then once she realized it was a proper van, she was like, no buys.
Notifications this month, December. This is unhelpful. Hello from Michigan. Pull tab. Hello from Finland. I guess nobody's complaining about our levels, so I guess our levels are fine. Are we going to escalate into this argument or something?
Possibly not.
I was reading someone's
Oh, yeah. Mm.
thing. This is so dumb. Why can't I just not lose the super chats on? If I go to my channel, I go to community.
Mm.
Community posts are on their way, so I can't see it. Playlist videos. Wootastic says, I took this out of gas money because I love you. I love you too, man. You didn't have to do that for gas.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, seriously.
Okay, now I'm just watching the stream like anybody. I can select top chat. I can select live chat. But I can't select super chat and I can't see comments. All right, going back to Chrome. New Supra is something. Power bottom chat. Nissan B24 guy is persistent. So looking for Creator Studio dashboard. No, I just want to see a readout of all comments. I'm clicking refresh and I'm not getting anything on the tablet. Oh, because I'm not signed into the right one. There we go. Yes, keep in Chrome. Don't go to the app. We're sorry, but the page you requested cannot be found. It's my channel. How can you not find it? Reload. Again, nothing. Go back. There's my old channel. There's the channel with nothing on it. Manage accounts. Add account. Checking info. There's a new screen. Never seen this screen before. Sign in with your Google account. Okay. This account already exists on your device. Yeah, no shit, it does. Next. Oh, it won't let me do it. Okay. Why am I on Google Play? Why did it sign me into... I clicked on managed accounts and it opened the Google Play Store. Dad Sullivan. Yeah. You watch. This is going to happen to you. Suddenly, technology will do weird things and you can't explain it. Button mash, button that, so threw his tablet against the wall. I came here for the round. Delete system 32. This is unreal.
Well,
okay, now when I went there, it went to the correct account. Thank you. Creator Studio. No, open with Chrome. Yes, open with Chrome. No, I don't want the Creator Studio app. I just want to see it in Chrome. Account, notifications, just, yes, stay in Chrome. Stay in Chrome forever. This was a new screen than before. There it is. I just threw it aside. I don't know. I don't know how to solve this. Apart from getting a new laptop, which Justin Lose will give me in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to solve this. All this that I'm doing is trying to solve the lag issue. Which is the computer just taxes itself. The second I open a second tab and have YouTube open twice in the same tab, it starts chugging and the frame rate drops to like 2 a second, or 2 frames a second. So I'm trying to see just a readout of all the chats on my tablet, but it won't let me do it. So I don't know what to do. And now I'm getting frustrated and my nose starts running, which is a weird thing. I don't get it.
Hit record on the Zoom.
Yeah, we can hit record on the Zoom.
We can just hold for...
Yeah. Oh, Brian, you're not thinking, are you? You're on. What? Nope. Input left and right. Okay. You ready for hold for sound?
Welcome to RCR podcast number 54. We need to talk about Supra. I'm Nick.
I'm Brian.
And basically, if you're just listening to this on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you get our podcast from, but not Spotify because Spotify doesn't host Shout Engine hosted feeds yet, then you will have missed the first 10 minutes, which were entirely dedicated to us trying to figure out how to make this whole thing work so that we can see the super chat questions pop up while we're talking. Anyway, let's just get to the chase. The new Supra was announced, and I don't get the uproar, realistically. I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, so I started to write a new Roman rant about it, and then I ended up going to the Regular Cars Brown posting Facebook group and realized that literally one of the first comments I saw about the Supra was exactly almost word for word the point that I was going to make, which was comparing it to the Star Wars sequel trilogy, in that you've built it up in your mind for so long about what it's supposed to be that when it's not that, you can't help but feel a certain measure of betrayal,
right,
even if it's at a thematic level. But beyond that, The Force Awakens was a remake of A New Hope in a weird way.
Yeah.
So people were kind of the expecting sort of The Force Awakens in a car. They just wanted another Supra but updated. They don't want they don't want it to be a BMW basically, or an upjumped M2. They just wanted the Supra that everybody loves, and it's just strange to me that people are so invested in a car that they're not going to buy for at least 15 or 20 years when it goes on the used market for peanuts. You know what I mean? And well, I shouldn't say peanuts because a Mark IV Supra is not cheap.
Nope, $121,000, new wreck for one with 7,000 miles on it.
Yeah, exactly. And see, that's the whole crazy thing about it, is that people get incredibly worked up over things that realistically they're not that I shouldn't say that they're not that invested. They are invested, but I mean, realistically, are you going to financially invest in this car anytime soon?
No.
Like, is Toyota getting 1 red cent of your money? And for the majority of people who are complaining about it on the internet, the answer is no, which is fine. I mean, you have the right to complain. It's what the internet is basically for, even as it is a, transmission of information. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to really make heads or tails of it because I think it's almost kind of easy to, get on the case of Toyota for making a new thing, but not making it to the extent that you wanted it made.
Huh.
It's like if Half-Life 3 finally came out and it was nothing like the other two.
Okay. Like Gabe had nothing to do with it. And you had Gordon, but none of the other characters were there.
And it's a remake of like Halo 3. Or it has that engine.
So the problem people have, and we covered this, is that it has a BMW engine.
Yes.
Toyota, to my knowledge, has not corroborated with BMW before. Not to my knowledge. They've copied them, and I have to go get an anger tissue.
An anger tissue. Bless you. Bless you again. Angry tissue.
Have to take my glasses off and move away from them to blow my nose.
Well, I mean, if you're going to sneeze, you might as well sneeze powerful. So, I don't know. Like, so what if it's a Bimmer? Like, it's something in the grand scheme of things, you know? I'm surprised more people aren't weirded out by the news that Ford is making like an all-electric version of the F-150. That seems completely antithetical to the concept of America right now.
I wonder if that means the brodozers will stop. There's a word for something that's going on where guys in brodozers intentionally block Tesla charging stations. They just park in front of them and walk away. And then there was like, it happened twice. It was something on Jalopnik. But, they make electric trucks now. I'm guessing if they do go forward with the all-electric F-150, the question is, where are they going to put the batteries? I'm guessing the bed isn't going to be as deep. I'm guessing the batteries are going to go there. You're probably going to have a battery pack behind the seat somewhere, and then maybe some more in the bed. And I don't know if the current generation F-150 is a ladder chassis or not. So don't know. I remember the first time I went to Austin, Texas to go to Harris Hill. My nose was running the entire time. Now this was like a week after I did my first like tenting out on the AT, and thanks for taking the pictures of this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As a stopgap measure. And also when we go right through this, for whatever reason, I can't turn slow mode on. So that's why the chat's just flying away. And I only get like a second. Like when you see it from my end, well, I mean, I see it from your end too. I get a second to see comments before they go pow off the top of the screen. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, blowing my nose the entire way to Austin, Texas. All I was doing was concentrating on not having stuff drip out of my nose. I went to the bathroom and stole tissues, but then I had nowhere to put it. And everything is super thin and flaky and gauze, like light gauze, hand towels. I wash my hands when I'm in an airplane bathroom, but I remember I'm always just taking tons of the paper because it's like that type of paper that the moment it touches your wet hand, it sort of goes into the nether realm. It immediately like turns into string. And so,
oops.
Wow, look at that thing go.
Look at it go.
So I think I had like I brought a washcloth with me. I don't know where I got it. And I just kept blowing my nose into this washcloth for the 4-hour flight to Austin. Well, and I'm also drinking Boilo right now. You're welcome to well, you got tea.
Yeah, I got my ginger tea in my giant thing.
Maybe that'll help me.
It could help, yeah.
Actually, when our powers combine, I'm Captain Fuck Up.
There. Nice. But yeah, I mean,
ooh, that smells good. You know what? I'm down to my last paper towel. So I have nothing else to blow my nose on except for toilet paper in this apartment. Do I have shop rags under this futon? The answer is I can't see. Well, there's a box I told Renee I'd look for.
Yes.
And there's some component cables that she needs. Good. But now I need to blow my nose into something.
Don't we all?
Captain Distracted Podcast.
Welcome to the most riveting hour and a half on all of YouTube. This is exactly, the life in Pennsylvania. I feel like this is a pretty good representation of what life in Pennsylvania is like when it comes to winter. You kind of get into a point where you've either gotten a sinus infection or postnasal drip or some other crazy nonsense. But I don't know. Or you're just fearing the upcoming inclement weather that will ruin your entire day, week, month, year. That's some fine blowing there.
I use this paper. I use this orange cloth to clean my stove, and now I'm blowing into it.
I feel like there's a superhero origin story in there somewhere. Like he blows his nose with a radioactive rag, not realizing there's like biohazardous waste on there, and that turns him into some sort of superhero with a really like powerful nose.
It turns him into Captain Good Blow. That my dad used to say when you got a call, give me a good blow, don't just sniffle it up.
But
I want to get to some of these super chats.
All right, so
that I kind of have saved. Let's see if we're on the same page here.
Well, you never finished your thing about the Supra, like your thoughts on the Supra.
Oh, okay. You like the M2? Yeah, you're gonna like the Supra. It's like, do you like the Scion FRS? Yeah. There you go. It's gonna be that, but a whole lot faster. Yeah, but it's not. See, the 2J has become this wonderful engine. That M240i is fast. That I drove on the same day as the Mark IV Supra. Both of them had only light modifications. The M240i, which is not the fastest, it's the M Performance, not really an M car. That's faster. I mean, it's a 2018 car versus something from 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have almost the same. It's the same design, same engine layout, but you're talking about over 2 decades of engine management between them. The M car just blows the Supra away. But nostalgia is a bitch.
Isn't it though?
She charges a high price.
Well, I think someone explained it really well by calling our era the Xerox era, where we're essentially just copying everything that came before. We're just trying to make copies and pretend that it's something entirely new.
Speaking of which, Ghostbusters 3.
That's hilarious to me.
Did you see the teaser?
Yeah, and it felt more like Ghostbusters than the 2016. And that has nothing to do with them being women. Like, let's get that out of the way first and foremost, because I feel like
also it's the correct car. A 58 or 52 or late 50s Matador Meteor thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
But my only thought is watching that is, please don't fuck this up.
Yeah, well, it's Jason Reitman doing it. It's the son of the guy who did the original, Ivan Reitman. So, his father is going to tell him how to do it right.
I hope.
I mean, I hope Ivan Reitman sits down and has the talk with his son of just, hey,
this is my legacy you're pissing on.
Speaking of things that
just aim.
Yeah. It's like speaking of things that could potentially be a disappointment. Because realistically, like, am I going to get to drive the new Supra? Well, no, it's not anytime soon. But hopefully this new Ghostbusters isn't something that divides people. Although that's kind of the thing with this Xerox era of people are incredibly married to the things that for which they have nostalgia.
Yeah.
So that it feels like an affront to good sense and good taste that anyone would dare to impose a new interpretation on the thing that is their childhood.
Right.
Of like, oh, my no. It's just, impotently formed sentences that aren't necessarily even finished being formed. It's just, I'm mad and let me put in, I wish you could see how hard I'm hitting the keys right now.
Oh, what's something that I am just, that my memory is married to? I was kind of upset lately that I had a hard time finding an NES ROM.
Huh.
No, I'm sorry. The Legend of Zelda. I had a hankering for Legend of Zelda. Classic Legend of Zelda. And I started looking around, and I downloaded an emulator. I think it was Jane S, the same one I've always had. And I'm like, I'm going to play me some Zelda. And wouldn't you know it, all these ROM sites, which have gotten super creepy.
Yeah.
And I was quick to this one's full of malware.
Yeah.
You know, trying to download some ROMs. I'm like, do I have to buy a Nintendo Switch or something like that to play these old games? Have they finally enacted the ultimate paywall and I can't do this anymore? I'm going to become nostalgic for the early 2000s where you could download anything you wanted.
Yeah. It was the Wild West days of the internet.
The pre-Facebook, pre all of that. Man, I used to have this ROM folder that was just endless. I think we even had our like shared hard drives on the T1 line at Kutztown in undergrad. And I must have had like 300 ROMs between Nintendo. I think I had some Neo Geo ROMs.
Oh, wow.
And then
deep cuts.
Right, because you had to play Metal Slug. And even my brother modded his PS2 to take burn DVD ROMs so he could download stuff and play it on his PS2 in like 2005. He had this flip top mod. You know, the PS2 had a tray that slid out. So what you had to do was modify the case. You had to physically got a different case for it.
Wow.
Like it was like pried the case apart. So what this allowed you to do is what you had to do is you had to put in a normal disc.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry. You had to start. I've got to remember this. You had to start your PS2, I think, with a regular disc so it would boot correctly. Then eject it. No, excuse me. You had to start it with a regular disc, but then go to the menu, and then you'd flip up the top. This is flip top mod. And then you could remove the disc from the PS2 without opening the tray. So there was two ways to get at the disc. One that had no sensor on it. It was just a hinged top. Because the laser's on the bottom, you could theoretically just have nothing on top of the PS2 and it would run. Anyway, so it was the way he played burn games and like NES titles and stuff like that. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking up more because I guess people want to hear more thoughts about the Supra, and it's kind of okay. This is my fault for naming the entire podcast after something that we only intended to spend like maybe 10 minutes on.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really think this all the way through, but let me take a picture of that one. Oh, whoops. No, wrong one. There we go. But I think people are kind of expecting the Supra to be more of what they remember. And, you know, now it's kind of becoming a circular conversation, you know, in that sense. But I mean, I look at, this is just like comments on our Brown posting page. Well, we're not really, you know, running that thing, but still it's, you know, I think it's ugly AF, just like the Z4. That rear clip looks like it's angry crying, which, I mean, okay, from a design standpoint, I don't really know why it's there. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just design wise. I don't really know that it needs to look any more. I don't know. People are already having enough of a problem with the sort of aesthetic changes that they think are making it look douchier.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, okay, it's a Supra. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you really want?
It says Supra. It's not, they didn't call this the Lexus SC 1000 or whatever now. Anyway, Robert S. We're starting, this is way back at 7:36 p.m. So this is 20 minutes ago.
All right.
Did you try turning the Fire on and off again? No, I didn't try rebooting my Amazon Fire, which is now modded with Nova Launcher. I don't know if Alexa's still listening or not. So far, this tablet's been pretty good. Its main function right now is for me to read comments and also for me to play Snood on the toilet. I got an NES app on here, like an NES ROM app. So maybe for my return trip to New Zealand, if they make an adapter, a 360 controller to Android adapter, then I could have ROMs on this. I could play NES games. It's an idea.
It is an idea.
Waffensberg. Is that the next one? Because that's my next one.
I gotta scroll all the way because I've taken like 16 screenshots so far.
I just want to hear the sound of my name. Podcast is bedtime. Well, I hope, Von Waffensberg, that I am putting you into a very nice state of sleep. This was something I was thinking about doing in the future. It's been a long time since I've made a vaporwave track, and I miss doing radio. I miss doing local radio and college radio. And one thing that I think I can do that would make a neat video for my Mr. Regular YouTube channel is to make a fake radio broadcast where I play not licensed music, but royalty-free music, slowed down, vaporwaved. And in the middle, we have fake commercials. And I'll give the weather and some local fake news. But that sounds real.
Yeah.
Community bake sale will be held at 3:44 p.m. at St. John's.
It's kind of like Welcome
Church.
Oh, sorry. It's kind of like Welcome to Night Vale. What's podcast, that? Which is literally just that.
Really?
Well, it's like that, but it kind of tells a story through the announcements of, local blah, blah, blah. I mean, the fake news that sounds, or the real news that kind of sounds fake is that thing in Kutztown about getting drunk on the policeman's dime.
Oh, yeah. That's something that's going around that we talked about earlier.
Kutztown Borough Police Department. The Kutztown Police Department is looking for 3 volunteers to assist us in training officers to administer standardized field sobriety tests during suspected DUI stops. The volunteers must be available, blah, 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 blah. Alcohol will be provided. However, you will not receive any compensation for your time. In order to be eligible, you must meet the below criteria. And it's basically being in good health and between 25 and 40 with no history of drug or alcohol abuse, clean criminal history, be willing to drink hard liquor to the point of inebriation, sign a waiver releasing the borough of Kutztown of any liability, and 5, have a sober/responsible party take care and control after the training. So basically they are doing contingencies for if you get drunk on their dime and then you go up and take a hot deuce all over the bar counter at Shorty's, it's not the police department's fault.
Right. They're going to have so many. Did they give anybody avenues to apply, or is it just a story there
were hundreds of responses on the Facebook post about on the borough's Facebook page, and to the effect of just, hey, I volunteer as tribute or all this other stuff. Just the idea that people are going to be getting completely obliterated for free on,
and it's okay, and I'm not going to get arrested.
Yeah,
it's like diving into shark-infested waters while wearing that suit on, that chain link suit.
Yeah. The
Felonious Gaming, thank you for the donation, sir. Y'all should review a 2003 Dodge Shart. I think he means Dart. I have one to provide. Yeah, we haven't done a Dodge Dart yet.
We haven't done a Dart?
No.
Huh. That's
not even an original one.
That's strange.
It's something we need to do.
There are a few that from the very beginning of the podcast that we skipped, but I'm going to do them rapid fire because they literally are just comments. Henry, $2. Thank you so much. New Supra sucks. It's just a BMW in drag.
You're not how much of that? How much is it just going to be the BMW gearbox and transmission? If that's it, you're arguing about a lot.
Yeah. The Jacob Shapiro, $1.99. Here's $2 towards a new damn laptop. There you go. Workforce 520. Damn it, I was just about to leave for the gym. Well, thank you for the $2.
I'll see you in LA.
Nope. With $5, asked, would you buy a Mark IV or a Mark V new with warranty, etc., for the same price?
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean new for the same price? They're different prices.
Yeah.
And you're talking about, do I get in a DeLorean and go back in time? Or like if I had a Mark IV Supra, I'd be putting a down payment on a house. Like this is a car that would buy a house in my area.
Yeah.
Um,
And then Buzztard says that we should stick with cars because it's painful to watch, because this was during when we were trying to figure out how to make the whole podcast work. And then, we're all caught up.
Daniel Gowods. Daniel Gowods. Daniel Gowods says, no, the internet is for porn. It sure is.
That's a line from the
Avenue Q.
Yeah, Avenue Q. And I saw that on Broadway when it came out.
Really?
Yeah, because they were doing Kutztown was doing some kind of deal on tickets.
Oh.
And yeah, it was fantastic.
Workforce 520 says, raining hell in LA. Bad car to drive in the rain is a new Grand Caravan. So much wheel spin. In the GC, I hear no sounds about overrated BMW Supra. In the general chat, I hear no sounds about overrated BMW Supra. See, the thing about like rain in LA is that since it rains so infrequently, the roads just get covered in oil from dripping cars and muck and all that stuff. Like it would go a month without rain. And the first time it rains, it loosens all that oil and gunk and stuff, and it floats to the top. So everything's super slick. So rain in LA does not equal rain anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like here it rains. So what? It's raining. Is it raining hard? No. Well, okay then.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, my thing is that I wanted to, the same way that you wanted to go to New Zealand, I wanted to just sort of take 3-4 days in LA, just go around, bum around as myself, just do whatever, revisit the Peterson Automotive Museum, maybe take the Vault tour again, because I actually really enjoyed that. But I realized that LA is kind of a traffic nightmare in the first place. And then when you factor in that it's like a heavy rain season, that people who are maybe bad drivers are somehow going to be further imperiled by the less than ideal conditions of the road. Now, I don't necessarily mean that all LA drivers are bad in the same way that not all Pennsylvania drivers are bad, but I mean, we have a pretty fair share of iffy, road generals. So it's
the Jacob Shapiro says it's called icing when they block chargers. Okay. They were talking about that earlier, where guys in brodozers will block Tesla chargers. I haven't seen any of that happen around here because there aren't too many Teslas around here.
Oh, and hey, there was someone in the live chat who had a question, a motorcycle related question for Mr. Regular. So I would implore that person to re-ask the question so I can screenshot it for later, because we don't want to just answer super chat questions. We kind of want to, spread the love around. Oh, there it goes. Larry, is there ever a situation where you think a beginner could ride a motorcycle over 300cc?
Yes.
There's a beautiful 1984 Honda Sabre on Craigslist for a great price.
Yes. A Honda Sabre, to my knowledge, is the Honda V4 Sabre. So it is a 4-cylinder. I'm guessing it's somewhere between 550 and 650, maybe 700. When you're talking about bikes from the 80s, there are medium and larger displacement bikes that aren't too fast. I think even the Honda Shadow 1100 by today's standards, or by the standards of sport bikes, isn't that fast either. Usually the argument comes from people wanting to have a 600cc sport bike that put out a ton of power, and that also are very stable at those speeds, but also do not communicate to the rider that they're going too fast or doing something stupid. Crazy Ivan 2 times says, worried that my question will kill the stream again. I think, he asked something last time and then the stream went down. So see, every time.
Oh, here, I got the next one is from Henry, $5. Thank you so much. Speaking of the electric F-150, Ford must have been huffing the same glue as GM when it came to the front end design. Completely lopsided and uneven. I mean, I suppose. It's kind of, again, those types of things are all in the eye of the beholder, but I think
are they gonna try to make the electric F-150 look like this is the electric car and soften the features or do something like that?
I don't know. I didn't
haven't
actually
seen any concept drawings.
Yeah, neither, because the news alert literally just popped up in my phone before we went live, or not too long before we went live. So I haven't had the opportunity yet to sort of review the what the big deal is about this. Where is news? Yeah, it's all electric F-Series pickup truck coming, and brings 16 battery electric vehicles to market by 2022. That's Ford's plan.
Oh, okay.
Starting with an all electric CUV with 300 miles of range. But let's see. The F-150 pickup truck was only supposed to get a hybrid powertrain by 2020, but things have changed, and blah 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 blah. We're going to electrify the F-Series with battery electric and hybrid, and we are doing the same for Transit. We launched a PHEV version of Transit, and that will be on a journey of electrifying transit globally.
Mebla Toast for 420. Nice. Donation made by Google option rear wheel drive sedans.
Oh, Google Opinion Rewards. It's donation made possible by Google Opinion Rewards. So it's that thing where you give your sort of opinions on, I guess, brands, I want to say. I'm not 900% sure, which is the highest number of percentage sure that I can be about anything. But the it's, I don't know. I didn't know they were still doing that, actually. So thank you for the money. I mean, I don't care where it comes from, whether it's Google Opinion Rewards, all that good stuff.
In a little over a week, yeah, I got all of this week, and then I got the rest of this week and all of next week, and after that, I'm on the Retreat from Moscow Lemons Rally, starting in Moscow, PA, ending in Leeds, Alabama. I just got an email, or I got a telegram message from Justin Lose, who's just a cell phone picture. He's driving his 88 Yugo GV. That's going to be my car, or our car, for the road rally. And he says, watch this when I go faster. And the speedometer cable just cries out in pain. He says, I think I need to lube this, which is the least of my problems, because for a while that car had a problem with a fueling issue. He bought another carb off of eBay, and a shop that could rebuild Yugoslavian made carburetors, unless they own a different kind, and I don't know what kind there are. Justin Kramer from the YouTube channel Fuel Injection Sucks said, I hope it's not fuel injected, because that's some crazy ass Eastern Bloc or Warsaw Pact fuel injection. But turns out, see, is that a rendering?
No,
is that someone made?
That's Car and Driver, their image of the electric F-150.
Okay, but is this an image they got or they made? Because if that seriously is a call out to the front fascia of the Escort, they made like a performance version of an Escort. So if it's going to have that grill, I'm all for that, because that's like 1992 or something like that. Chris L0081234 says, should I buy a Mazda 2 in Puerto Rico and bring it to the mainland, or buy a Toyota Yaris IA? So wait, so why are you buying a car in Puerto Rico and bringing it back to the mainland? Do you live in? I don't understand the logic of this.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think if there's actually anything in Puerto Rico that would require importing to here, because
okay. He wants the Mazda 2 sedan. Okay, we never got the Mazda 2 sedan.
It's Mazda 2s are only sold in Puerto Rico. Yeah. So that's exactly what it is.
But okay, how much is it gonna? Is a Mazda badge gonna get your dick that hard? See, there is no difference between a Mazda 2 and a Yaris IA. Ted Stoltz has one. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a very fuel efficient small car, not really all that sporty, not a whole lot of low end torque. And who exactly are you impressing? My answer is buy a Yaris IA.
Yeah. I mean, unless for some reason the Mazda 2 is to you what the AMC Eagle is to me, where you just but then you wouldn't ask this question.
Car. But yeah, you're talking about a car from a defunct company from the 80s. Yeah, an all-wheel drive and a V8.
Yeah,
he's talking about just any other direct injected small displacement commuter car. Yes, you could have it in manual. Ooh. Lightspeed. Thank you for your donation, sir. People basically wanted Toyota to do with the Supra what Jeep has done with the Wrangler for years. Copy and paste as much as you can, add technology. Yeah. Gosh. It's the return of Gordon Freeman. It really is. It's the legend has been, well, now we could even make, I'm off mic. Sorry. You know, with this tablet, I could be leaning way back as I extendo this all the way toward me. Extendo more right in front of me. There we go. Tighten these down. Tighten that down. Have to edit out all this mic noise later, but that's future Brian's problem.
He's just like on full on, like, you know, F that guy. Just like
an hour and a half later, and we damn it past Brian. You had to lean back, didn't you? Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if they had like a Mark V that was kind of crap, well, actually, they're going to be able to charge whatever they want for that Mark V Supra. They really are. Jared Reynolds, thank you for your donation.
Oh, we skipped a few.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, after Melba Toast and the Google rewards thing. So the next one is Camera Bird with $4.99. Thank you so much. A day in the life of an S12 owner. Quote, what is that new puddle and why neon purple? End quote. LOL, keep up the good work, y'all. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Followed by Cody Ficker with $2. Just wanted to say I love the NASCAR Supra.
Okay, that's good that they're bringing it out for NASCAR.
Yeah. Then John Sanders with $2. Thank you. Technical difficulties is a good excuse for another super chat. Yeah, good for everything.
I'm trying to find. Oh, there he is. Technical difficulty. Yeah.
And then Michael Ho with 447. This is all from Google Opinion Rewards. Have fun, man. A lot of people on Google Opinion Rewards. Yeah, and I think that's
that was a thing. Yeah,
we are now all caught up.
Scrolling. The next one was the Puerto Rico question,
and now it's Gerard Reynolds.
Speaking of car companies sharing ideas and parts. Ford and Volkswagen making a truck together based on the Ranger. I'm looking for a verb. Ford and Volkswagen are, inserting that verb in there, are making a truck together based on the Ranger. Okay, so Ford or Volkswagen had that little cabriolet pickup truck that everybody gets so excited over. So if they make a Ranger and it's kind of that, I'm fine with. Speaking of Volkswagen, I got to scroll up again. It went to the bottom again. Scrolling back up.
You ever seen a Volkswagen commercial recently? I feel like the announcer has completely given up all hope of pronouncing Volkswagen. He just says Volkswagen. Like he's trying to rhyme it with pokes, you know? Which, okay, literally no one else cares about this. But I notice these things and it drives me nuts, which is, you know, I'm just trying to watch Shark Tank. And all of a sudden they have to come and sign a lease on a new Volkswagen. Volkswagen.
Okay, so that's Volk.
Yeah.
It's Volkswagen. There's a fucking L in it.
Yeah, unless I've been like pronouncing it wrong all these years somehow. It's kind of like how some people, you know, get the pronunciation of Renault wrong. They just want to say Renault.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Renault. What a nice Renault you got there. But Yeah, Sammy Wright says the L is silent. I refuse to believe that. I'm digging my heels in America style.
Over what?
Over the L not being silent. That I think it should be Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Not Volkswagen.
Dog James, if you lived in New York City and didn't need a car, would you still own one? No, I wouldn't. Because now we're talking about Mega City 1, and if you don't need a car, then that's a liability. You ever try to drive in New York City?
Oh God, you couldn't pay me to drive in New York City.
No.
That time in
a car is worth spending $100 a month on if you don't need them. Well, then the answer is no, they're not.
Yeah, I have plenty of friends who live in New York City who just don't own cars because it's cost prohibitive. You know, the rent in New York City is bad enough.
And
now
where are you going to put a car? Where are you going to put something the size of your kitchen?
In the impound lot.
Yeah.
That's the only place it can really go because you're going to be violating some sort of traffic law.
Yeah.
And
I can understand a motorcycle if you're rich enough to have a loft where you can keep it inside. Because I rode a motorcycle in Manhattan and it was glorious.
I was playing the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game, and he has this bit of incidental dialogue where he mentions how he never got his driver's license because he lives in New York. And I'm thinking, well, you're Spider-Man. Like anywhere that you would go in a car, you could just get there quicker web shooting.
Yeah.
Just slinging there. So, slinging solid sperm all across the city.
Charlie Yu, thank you for your donation. Hey, Mr. Regular. First fun car after college. You got money after college if this is your questions. C6Z06 or a Gen 3 Viper. Dude, you can have any fun car you want if these are your options. Are you a lawyer? Like what business school / trade school, and are you already working for a union with that type of cash? My answer is the Z06 Corvette because you use the word fun and not project car. So go with the C6. And it went to the bottom again. So I got to scroll back up.
I have one recently here from Guitar Player Day for $5. Thank you. Why are there videos of Mr. R on the YouTube channel Persona Non Grata? Also, are you guys ever in Albany, New York? I have no idea what this question means.
I don't either.
But are we ever coming to Albany? I mean, we do know Albany expressions such as steamed hams, so I feel like we'd fit right in.
Albany, New York.
I'm trying.
I have no plans, but
New York, like upstate New York, is Albany technically upstate? Like, there's a lot of really beautiful places in New York. Like, I went to Rochester one time and I fell in love with that place. Like, that's a beautiful place. Now, granted, a lot of the people who live there probably wouldn't say that for whatever reason, but I love just the whole area, and the fact that there's like a Wegmans every 10 feet. Here you got to drive all the way over to like near
Whitehall, I think.
It's like near King of Prussia to even get to a Wegmans. It's ridiculous. Or you go to one in Lancaster.
There's one in Lancaster. There's one out in the Lehigh Valley, and then there's one down in Oaks that we stop at.
Yeah, and it's the one at Oaks is the one that I will usually go to if I need to do a Wegmans run.
Okay.
Like if the paycheck just came in and I'm feeling like, I feel like having like the really good ginger for the team because they have this weird like Asian ginger. I think it's literally called like Asian ginger, and it's like this striped ginger root that is impossible to cut through. It's incredibly hard, and I'm just I feel like friggin' Paul Bunyan trying to. Well, I can't imagine Paul Bunyan had that much trouble chopping down trees, but anyway. He says not Oaks, it's Collegeville. Depends on your point of view.
Oaks exit, but I get what you mean. So answer that question about the Z06. Scrolling down. Seth Voss, thank you for your donation, sir. I think we as drivers need to bring this mic back up. This thing's going to be sagging the whole time. I think we as drivers need to have a conversation about Pontiac Grand Prix. I have the 2004 GDP, and it is fundamentally a performance luxury car. It is also in your emails if you want to see what I mean. All right. Pontiac Grand Prix. See, Pontiac Grand Prix falls into the same category for me as the Buick Regal GS. These hyped up versions of the 60-degree V6 platform. Now, I know there is a version of a Pontiac with an LS, and there was also a Buick with an LS, and they were both transverse mounted versions of them, but they ate their own transmissions, which takes it out of my thing. What's up?
Were you done with that question?
We have a conversation to try to say that it's a good car.
I mean, it's not a bad car. It's just
the thing is, in the early 2000s, these things have to go up against Evos. They have to go up against the beginnings of the STIs as performance sedans. Now, I get that they're performance luxury sedans, and I guess, but then they also have to go up against the Marauder, which is, you know, a double cam V8, the modular that we should have had from the beginning. And I think it was more of an example of the bloatiness of General Motors in the mid-2000s. They're certainly not bad cars. They're not entertaining, but they're not going to snap your neck. It's just like they got a little bit more power, and they're a little bit unusual. And maybe there'll be investment points someday. There are good investment cars someday. The real question is this is a early 2000s GM interior that isn't going to hold up too well unless it's mothballed, and unless you get in there with like mink oil, and especially if it has like cheap leather, you'd have to get in there with mink oil and just rub the seats down and stuff like that. You'd have to do maintenance on the interior in addition to maintenance on the car.
I mean, that type of thing, I think we're going to see in a few years the people who sort of grew up around these types of cars that will have a sort of just a respect and an admiration for these interiors that are just coming across to us in a different generation as money pits.
Right.
You know, or at least a time vampire, you know, where you're spending all this time with the upkeep that you almost don't get to enjoy it. But for a lot of people, the upkeep is part of the enjoyment.
Right.
Which, I mean, okay, I vacuumed out my car the other day. Now it needs to be vacuumed out again already because reasons. But there was a kind of peace and quietude of getting to do that at the drive-through, you know, the car wash, whatever. And you get the feeling that even though these aren't prized interiors necessarily, it's the sort of thing that I came to enjoy being around in my youth. And as generations come along, you see how opinions are formed to the point where I could easily see, you know, well, okay, maybe not a Sebring, but you know, something from like the early mid 2000s.
Someone's going to roll up to one of those things like GM Nationals in like 8 years, and we're all going to go, fuck yeah, Sebring.
Oh man!
Just roll by blaring Santana featuring Rob Thomas. Budswere, which is like a fake Bowser. Do I have to learn how to wheel to be considered a real driver?
Oh, real rider. I think this came right after we asked the motorcycle question.
Oh. Well, in most states, you have to have a driver's license before you can ride a motorcycle. It's backwards in the U.S., but yes, technically you do have to learn how to wheel. Wheel to the full extent of the law before you can have a motorcycle license. So thank you for your donation, and the answer is yes.
The next one is Henry with $2. Thank you once again, Henry. Hope those Google rewards are paying out. Car and Driver showed a concept pick.
After Budswire is Henry?
Yeah. Or at least from my screenshots.
I see Foster Nix before Henry. Third gen Acura TL review, 2004 to 2007. A bit ahead of its time, as well as Japanese luxury sedans go. I second the Grand Prix GDP review as well. Acura TL. Oh, good. My small town weed dealer is here. Or it needs to be something a little bit better than that. Acura TL. Oh, good. Oh, good. My Allentonian cocaine dealer is here.
Oh, good. My brother is here. It's just that type of car that just screams that person is up to something.
Yeah, like an Acura TL, and I'm off mic, but you can say that Mr. Regular is saying, or Ben is saying, an Acura TL is like, I want to drive a Honda Accord, but I want people to think I'm rich. Of course, I'm back on mic, and you probably heard that again. Acura TL. I want to be sensible with a Honda Accord, but I want everybody to think I'm rich. But an Acura TL is an Accord.
Aaron G. In Canada, drug dealer car of choice is Toyota Camry, FYI.
See, that's very reasonable because you just blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry.
Yeah, he said that Car and Driver showed a concept pic of the F-150 electric, which I looked up, and their credit is illustrated by blank. So I don't know if that's an illustration from an existing press release or something along those lines. Okay. But who knows?
PH Light, and when light is spelled with the number 1. Have you ever considered reviewing a Honda CRZ? Yes, I have. We will do one. Don't know where, don't know when, but we will get to reviewing that sports car hybrid that is neither sporty or fuel efficient.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do anything, and it doesn't even have back seats. But hey, it's the spiritual successor to the CRX. You like that, didn't you? Well, here's me farting. So it's just an extension of that Patton Oswalt bit.
Oh,
you like ice cream? How's that bit go? I'm George Lucas. You like ice cream? Yeah, I like ice cream. Well, here's a big bag of rock salt. That's a good bit.
That is a good bit.
Robert S. Thank you for your donation, Robert. I think Toyota doesn't want to make their own engines anymore. Well, they make plenty of small engines. Oh, there's one. It kicked me off your question. Sorry, now I have to scroll back up again. Scrolling back up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Wait, I was just on it. Here we go. I think Toyota doesn't want to make their own engines anymore. FRS, Subaru Boxer, Toyota IA, Mazda, of course the Supra. I think they're putting all R&D money into SUVs and not into cars like everyone else.
I wonder what replaced the 1UZ. Yeah, I do miss the 1ZZ and the 2ZZ engines. Which reminds me, there's a guy out in Harrisburg who has a Toyota Matrix XRS. We need to do. But yeah, when I think of Toyota right now, I mean, there's Lexus engines, but we haven't done a lot of like modern Toyotas. Well, we don't do modern cars really.
Yeah.
Like when we get a modern car, we're confused.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Of modernity, when it sneaks up on you, you don't really know what to do with it because you don't have that frame of the historical frame of reference for it.
Yeah.
So, where you're really going to attack it from. But
Shades of Cascades. I'm just moving my hand around to check the frame rate, which it seems pretty good.
Yeah, it seems fine.
All right. Our slider and Shades of Cascades. Thank you for your donation. Are slider pegs a good investment for a beginner motorcycle?
I'm afraid of laying it down and my thick legs getting crushed. Yes, slider pegs are very good investments. Some of them are made from Teflon. Some of them are made from the same material as hard roller blade wheels or skateboard wheels. Some are just metal, but when they're just metal, they're kind of called crash bars at that point. So yes, slider pegs are a good investment, especially if you have a full fairing motorcycle. It'll protect the plastic. So yeah, go ahead and get some slider pegs. You'll be happy for it. Ilubru Sumpreza. Thank you for your donation, sir. You guys want to review the regular list of cars that is also rare? The Daewoo Lanos. Daewoo Lanos.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
You know what to do. Regularcars@gmail.com. Year, make, model, city, state, and give me a picture of your car in the email, as well as a working phone number for me to call. Yeah, it looks like a Daewoo. It kind of looks like a Hyundai as well.
Yeah, like a Lantra or something.
Daily Driven just says woof. Green Bean. Thank you for your donation. Favorite insult you heard while driving? I don't yell at people. I once told someone to grow up. And like there isn't much comeback for that.
No, there really isn't.
No, grow up.
Yeah, that's just kind of laying it down.
Especially when they're older than you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I love keeping that holstered or chambered.
Yeah, because it's just, what are you going to say back to it? Well, you grow up.
Everybody spam regular needs to switch to Verizon. Well, there's no Verizon around here. I think there is, but you only get like dual IDSN speeds or something like that. Someone says get a Fiesta ST. That's always a good decision. Aaron R. Abril. Looks like my Uber chat got lost in the start, so I'll be lame and say my 78 El Camino is slow and ready to be farted in. Yeah, we have to do an El Camino. Aaron, if you haven't already, please send me an email, regularcars@gmail.com. Your make, model, city, state in the title of the email, as well as a photo of your car in the body of the email and a working phone number for me to call. Thank you very much.
Very nice. It was very clean. And then the next one is one we already got to. The Guitar Player Day.
Guitar Player Day. I have a Roy Giglietti saying Mr. Regs who could definitely play Gordon Freeman in an HL movie, in a Half-Life movie.
Probably, I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, if I wear my other glasses, it doesn't really work. But
yeah, well, I imagine if Gordon Freeman had other glasses, it wouldn't really work for him either.
He's also supposed to be 6 foot, and I'm 5'10".
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jack Reacher is supposed to be like 6'3", and I'm taller than Tom Cruise.
Nice.
Like, for crying out loud.
What's his new movie?
Wait, he has a new movie yet? Because I don't know.
Am I thinking of something else?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry. Guitar Player 1. Why are they?
Oh yeah, that's the one.
It skipped down to the bottom again.
Well, that was the one that we had gotten to about the Persona non grata. Let's see. Back 40 Aqua, American Motors AMX or Javelin?
Okay. The AMX, you see a lot of them. The Javelin can be had for less money. Now, the Javelin also had that super weird fender flare. Like, the fender flares not only went, American Motors AMX or Javelin, please. Oh, he's asking. I thought he was saying which one's better.
Oh,
I would rather have a Javelin, but, the Eagle comes first. Both for Nick's sake and mine, because my neighbor had one.
Yes.
I used to think it was unreal. It's like, wow, it's a car, but it's as high as a truck. And I put and it reoriented myself. So
No, I'm scrolling back up. Okay, there's AMC Jalen.
Oh, I had another.
Iced ink.
Oh no, I was just going to do a regular chat question, which
Okay.
is there from Maximus? Is there a car that you absolutely refuse to drive or review?
No, we were asked this like once before.
Hmm.
I mean, if it's one we did, I think we're done with MR2s. I mean,
Yeah.
we've done so many of them. I haven't done the supercharged one yet, but damn it, Brian, you just moved this and now you lost your place again.
I mean, and I can't imagine doing another DeLorean.
No, not gonna do another DeLorean.
But it is what it is. Fedora, Quilava.
I'm not gonna do any more Evo 9s. We now just did 2 of them. We'll
Yeah.
do the Evo 10. There's other RXs to cover, but I don't like doubling cars.
No.
Like doing it again. I mean,
unless there's nothing new, or unless there's something new to say about it.
Yeah.
The one guy in the chat asked if we'd ever do a Schwinn bicycle.
Hey, I want to keep doing this as long as I can.
Mm-hmm.
We did mopeds before. You did a horse.
Yeah.
I did a sheep.
Yeah.
So
nothing is off limits.
No, we haven't done boats yet.
Yeah.
And again, me doing boats would be half of Mr. Regular just complaining how much boats suck. Iced ink. How would you guys spin being a trucker in regards to online dating? Okay. I wouldn't talk about it because like there's a lot of baggage that come with I'm a long haul trucker, I'm a trucker. The thing that I think of is the French tickler when someone says I'm a trucker, because truckers have truck stops. And truck stops aren't clean. Even if they are, in your mind, they aren't. Joking about taking stuff from A to B, no questions asked. Just lost me my 3rd kidney. Also saying hi from Gary, Indiana tonight. Oh, okay. I think is being a trucker. But how would you guys spin being a trucker in regards to online dating? Like, how would you bring it up in your profile?
I am in the transportation business. I don't know.
It was a pornography store.
I mean,
I was buying pornography.
Part of the thing with online dating is that no matter what, the truth will out at some point.
Yeah.
So if you see a lot of people hitting them with the Facebook angles and all this other
love to laugh.
Yeah.
All women love to laugh and hike.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You like to walk in a park. That's what you like doing.
Yeah.
Hiking means getting dirty. Hiking means wiping your ass with the pages out of a Summit Racing magazine and then using the same pages to light your fire onto which you will cook your beans. That's hiking. Hiking means not showering for 5 days. Hiking means not using your phone. Hiking means hiking like, okay, I should have answered this one question that was on Reddit and it probably still is under our Appalachian Trail. Like, what is the most trailer trash thing you saw? And not trailer trash, hiker trash thing you saw. There's a bunch of other things. Like, I'll tell you the winning one, like the top voted one, but the one I should probably, I'm not going to remember. Future Brian isn't going to remember this, but present Brian knows that I saw a guy just piss in front of a girl. like they're all sitting at a table. This one guy, picture a bunch of people sitting at a picnic table, and imagine in normal circumstances if a guy just gets up, takes 2 steps to the left, whips out his dick, and pees. He turns his back, but still peeing on the ground 2 feet away.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, you'd be filming this guy, call out culture would be all over him. But on the Appalachian Trail, no, just another day.
Par for the course.
The guy who won was like, I was tired of waiting for a shuttle, so I went into a small market and bought a full rotisserie chicken. I then took off my shirt and I then took off all my clothes except for my underwear and except for my compression shorts, walked out into the river. I guess there was a stream nearby, sat on a stone in the middle of the river and ate the entire chicken. A mother and 2 daughters walked by and quickened their pace. Michael Kyoga.
from Australia.
Oh, there we go.
There's an Aussie guy on YouTube restoring a Mitsubishi Sigma. Interesting. Ultimate 80s disposable car. It's cool seeing old junk being kept alive.
Absolutely.
Speaking of old junk, you know. Yeah, that's cool, man. I don't know what a Mitsubishi Sigma is.
Mitsubishi Sigma.
Someone will probably say in the chat what a Mitsubishi Sigma is.
Can,
for $5. Thank you. Wouldn't be a podcast without you. Oh, it's a question for Roman.
Oh, cool. Roman, congrats on losing weight, fighting sciatica pain and physical therapy. Wish me luck, DDP yoga. Well, best of luck to you. I've lost weight, but I'm still like overweight, obviously, but it's come down a lot. It's just I did a little backsliding over the holidays because it's impossible. Too. Like it's just I gained like 6 pounds over the holidays. It's ridiculous. So now I'm like back in the gym trying to undo the damage so that I can, you know, kind of it's not even an appearance thing. It's just a health thing.
Yeah.
There's no actual imperative from a doctor or anything, but it's just kind of common sense of like, you're going to feel better if you don't weigh more than your frame can hold. So, I don't know. I just find myself having generally a really good time in the gym, you know?
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, I think like I haven't been able to get below 188 like pounds because I don't know if
what are you at now?
Well, after the holidays I'm like at 190, but it's still and that was after like grinding off the holiday pounds because I had gone back up to like 194. And so now I'm down to 190. And so now it's like this back and forth like war of attrition where I'm trying to outlast my shittier impulses. Like I'm trying not to I'm basically drinking like far less than ever just because
that's the thing that sucks as I'm drinking Boilo mixed with your tea.
Boilo almost doesn't count to me. Like
there's like a pound of honey in that bottle over
there. It's more of a sugar.
I'm gonna ask more.
It's more of a sugar drink than an alcohol drink.
I wish I could take some of this to New Zealand.
Just give them a taste of that Pennsylvania. But yeah, this
is not too bad when it mixes with the ginger tea. I mean, seriously, take a sip. Because I'm putting the Boilo in cold, but then the ginger tea warms it back up again.
Oh, that's delightful.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't have said that any more better homes and gardens. Yeah, it's just, that's delightful.
I like when I go to Deer Lake Auto, they're always showing the white people renovating houses show. And it's good. It's nice, generic television. Because there's only one TV in that little office.
Yeah,
that is Deer Lake Auto, and I can wholeheartedly recommend that little used car dealership because you know it's a Subaru specialty shop, so all they do is work on Subarus, and they usually have like at the most like 8 or 10 cars for sale, and most of them are like 8 years old.
Someone asked what the Boilo recipe is of like what's actually in it.
There's a number of different recipes for Boilo. I recommend my buddy Tom Mix his recipe. So here's the basic recipe for Boilo. 1/5 of grain alcohol, if you can get it. If not, Bacardi 151 will work. 2-liter bottle of ginger ale. 1 pound of honey.
A pound?
Pound.
Mm.
Pound of honey. I think like 2 cinnamon sticks. And gosh, there's something else in there. You take everything but the booze. And can of frozen concentrated orange juice. You take all of that and you put it in a big pot. You boil it. Boil it all together. You can also, some people do like caraway seeds, and sometimes when I made it, I put in raisins. An entire box of raisins.
Just so that you get something to chew in there?
Oh, you strain it all out.
Oh,
you strain all the loose stuff out. So then you have this like mash without the solid bits in it. And you take that and you just dump the booze in it.
Yeah.
Stir it up, serve it hot. I mean, if you put the booze in when you boil it, it's going to boil off all the alcohol.
Yeah.
So you don't do that. That's the part you don't boil. So it was treated as like a medicinal drink, but yeah, it's an excuse to drink booze. And it, I think most of it comes from like, you got a sore throat, drink some Boilo. It comes from there's a pound of honey in this. Of course it's going to do something.
Yeah.
Henry says, if the Ford and Volkswagen partnership doesn't bring USDM versions of the Amarok and Atlas, then what's the point of them teaming up? All I want is a Unimog, but that has nothing to do with Ford or Volkswagen, and has everything to do with Mercedes. Yeah, I want some more weird like Euro stuff over here. But again, the question is, you start bringing these like Voltron cars over here, you then need a extended parts network to keep these cars running. But that's the good thing about the Supra, because it's all Volkswagen parts that we get here anyway.
Yeah.
So
this person asked, what's the opinion of Land Rover Defender? And I'm coming to it because he's asked it several times in the regular chat.
Oh, okay.
So
What's my opinion of a Land Rover Defender?
Yeah,
it's a very expensive Ford Escape. That's what I think. I don't think of a Land Rover Defender at all.
Yeah. It's that teacher you had for one period.
What's a teacher doing driving a Land Rover? Unless it's an older one. They're not cheap cars.
No,
Bad.
I mean, it is what it is. It perfectly blends in with the road
on the inside. But my thing is like with like Land Rover, there's a problem with being on the cusp of technology, which Land Rover does, in that they date themselves very quickly. I drive an 04 Subaru, and people have a hard time knowing what year it is. Like, how old? People ask, how old is this car? And I'm like, it's an 04. Like, wow, this is kind of modern and clean. That's the one benefit that Subaru has, not to be a Subaru fanboy, but I am being a Subaru fanboy, is that they're behind on most technologies, but that means they start adopting them when all the bugs have been worked out by BMW and the higher end brands.
Nice. I mean, that's kind of the way to do it, rather than rushing in. Just let everyone else do their thing first, and then you come in. It's like, they have the dentist system, and then Mac has the Mac system. They just move in after completion. Hopefully they get it right.
God, that's so good. Got my water hundreds. Got my Mac. I'm ready to plow.
Yeah, I'm sick of getting thirds. I want seconds.
May Andrews says, you kind of cranky. Have you pooped today? Dude, I had diarrhea this morning.
And posted it to Instagram.
That
was very nice.
While watching the Smoking Tire. And then my asshole peed on the second round. But, after putting... it's that moment when you have diarrhea and you think you got it all out. You flush, you wipe, and then you check wipe. And then you wake, and then you stand up. And you feel the gurgle. Oh, you don't even unlock the door. Nope. You sit right back down, and I sprayed out of my brown eye.
Yeah,
and that was round 2. But after installing that little bidet in there, I was fine with it.
Yeah.
Before I know, when you had like spray diarrhea, you're going through at least 1/3 of that roll cleaning up that mess.
Yeah.
But with the bidet, just spray away the sin.
Yeah, once you get the bidet, it's just totally. Karen, cancel my 4 o'clock. Gonna be in here a while.
I had my tablet with me. Like, dude, I had both devices. I had the phone playing Smoking Tire, and I had this. I was playing Snood on it.
So you were all set up for like a good, time in the bathroom.
God, I like Snood. Like that is like early 2000s nostalgia for me. I play that game out of nostalgia.
Yeah, it's perfect when you're fighting the Susquehanna Suber waters, or the Susquehanna squirts. I can't think of a better term.
Andy Rock 1 says, "Can I get some hot dicks? Hot dicks. Hot dicks. Hot dicks. Hot dicks. Hot dicks. Hiddicks. Hot dicks. Hot dicks. Hot dicks. Hot dicks." I don't want to try to do endurance things. Some people didn't like that, but there, you had at least 8 hot dicks.
Let's see. I have Ian Jennelly for $5. If my MR2 had a 20V or 20 val,
I guess he means a silver top.
Yeah. Would you review it?
I guess if my Armor 2 had the 20V, would you review it? Here's the deal, Ian. Thank you for your donation. After tasting the Gen 4 3S GTE, what exactly are we doing with silver top, black top, blue top, red top engines? Really? I can have 300 horsepower and 16 pounds of boost on these things and be reliable all day, every day. And the thing goes all day long and it's safe. I get the 20V, the 20 valve, 5 valves per cylinder and a 4-cylinder engine. Sounds very nice. But goddamn, you put that turbo on the 4th gen, it is divine. It's the MR2 engine that never was.
And a quick
I'm sorry the answer is no, but thank you so much for your donation. And I like your avatar.
A quick shout out to Eric Young, who's doing an information systems project and would rather do an enema on his dog.
Ew. Quinn Brown. Thank you for your donation, Quinn. I am Brown, hear me roar. I am Brown, hear me roar.
Emphasis.
Give me the keys, you fucking asshole.
It's like the difference.
Hand me the keys.
It's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? The meaning changes every time. Silver
stacks.
Yeah. 10 Canadian. You guys rock. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You rock as well. Yeah.
You're helping us fund our escapades.
Yeah, which also there was a thing earlier in the chat of what's the next country y'all are going to. And I think we answered this last week that it's like in August, Canada. Yeah.
Finally, RCR Toronto.
Yeah.
You gotta meet up with the straight pipes while they're up there.
Oh, it's the Costanza. Worst car for Pennsylvania snow. Probably mine. A Mustang. Because why on earth would you want to drive a Mustang in Pennsylvania snow? Which we're apparently supposed to get it with both barrels this weekend, starting tomorrow. So I don't know if...
Fine for me. No, I am now a god. This 28 miles per gallon is worth it all year for these 2 days of glory we get, where I do neutral donuts everywhere. Rye the Griffin, I guess Australia, $1. Thank you so much. No question, but I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
I'll scroll to the bottom again.
Happens to the best of us.
I've been waking up in the middle of the night with ass itches.
This one comes from a friend of mine, Sean Simon, $5. You guys should do a review on each other from the perspective of how aliens would describe you. I made a joke that if we had nothing for like a Christmas review one year, that we would just review a person.
I want to review Matt Happel as a person. I don't know how his wife would feel about that. And Matt Happel is a very humble man. He wants me to review his, okay, like you said, like, what car wouldn't you review again? I'm not a big fan of Infinities, and I think we already did. We did that like one Infinity. Yeah. I forget what it was.
We did like basically
G35 or something.
Yeah, like it was the exact same one that my nephew's. Oh wait, no, my nephew's mom at the time had like the G35. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So and that's how I remember that we did it, because it's like we were basically doing her exact same car in a different color, which is so weird to me because I almost expected when the person to roll up that my nephew would be in it. So it's just strange. But yeah, I could see like once you've done that or the G37, I think it was actually like if you do the G37, you only need to do it one time because like what else are you really going to have to say after you do a G37,
right?
You know, about other Infiniti cars. Now, granted,
Matt Happel has a G37 right now that he took the engine out and dropped an LS in it with a roots blower on it. He wants me to drive it. He messaged me on Instagram a number of times. I said, yes, we'll drive it. I don't know how far that car can drive. It's a sloppy build. Will it leave Allentown?
I mean, that's kind of a the Simpsons are going to Allentown. Like we're just going to go check it out.
I'm sure it's going to be maniacal because anything Matt Happel builds is going to be nuts. Oh, it scrolled to the bottom again.
Well, I still got the screenshots.
Okay.
Jared Reynolds asks, what about an electric Mark 1 MR2?
I've seen pictures that people did them. They are. Here's the thing. An MR2 is heavier than a Miata. So where are you putting the batteries? I'd sure like to drive them, but now that electric cars are not, an electric Mark 1 or Mark 2. So, I mean, if we're in a place and somebody already has one, sure. I am going to be riding an electric motorcycle in New Zealand, which is 42 days away. Can't wait. Well, I can. I hate that phrase. I look forward to it with great gusto. I look forward getting there and doing nothing. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the shower at Andrew's house. It's a great, like everything about that house is amazing, but I remember that shower.
Yeah, it's like
It's a little. I mean, I'm busting this guy's chops over having low water pressure, which is something I guess maybe in Pennsylvania we take for granted. That if I want my shower, I like my showers. Because we live in everything's cheap here in the mid-state.
Yeah.
Even water, I don't pay for my water. It's included here. Yeah. But the idea of getting into a shower and that water pressure is a few clicks below the do-it-yourself car wash, that's how I like my shower.
Yeah.
I want it to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, but this shower is more like you're taking a shower and someone flushes. Or you're using the outside water hose and someone's inside taking a shower.
Yeah.
Like it's just, love you, Andrew Lamb. Love you to pieces. It's just one of those things
Can I buy a new shower? Like, is it the shower head or is it the water pressure? No, I think he did say that the water pressure at the house wasn't very good.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like that episode of Seinfeld.
Where we got the low flow.
Yeah.
Low flow shower heads. I don't like the sound of that.
Makes me think of Xenogears, the video game from like 1998, where one of the running gags was that one of the main characters, Saitan Uzuki, had a terrible shower, but he loved it, and so he would always tell like the fellow main characters of just like, hey, makes you really miss the old shower back at home, doesn't it? And he's just kind of rolling his eyes because he doesn't know that that's a terrible shower that he had. Yeah. Yay, 1998 video games.
Yeah, that reference was lost on me. I'm sorry.
No worries. I mean, it's a Square Soft RPG. Came out the year after Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
and so it's closer to the people who made or who worked on Chrono Trigger. So, which is another like one of those all-time greatest RPGs. Conversation pieces, I guess. But yeah, or greatest JRPGs.
I remember New Zealand being a cavalcade of strange showers. Do you remember the shower in that hostel?
In the hot box?
Yeah, in the hot box hostel. They had good water pressure, but the shower door
Yeah.
Wait, was there a door? Or was it like
it was a door. It was a glass door.
but it didn't go all the way to the floor and it leaked all over the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it was about the size of like from the back of this chair to where my feet are now, including the like I couldn't get like my ass like at all. I mean, now granted, you get
Telling you, Joe Rogan, that's the first thing you want your asshole clean.
yeah.
Gotta clean your monkey.
Yeah, it's just, and I can't imagine what that shower must have been like for a tall person like Isaac.
Yeah.
Who you know, I just there's more person than there is room.
The house in Greytown was dope though.
Oh man, that's one of the nicest places I've ever stayed.
Yeah.
On some real shit. That
Like everything, like, and the shower was good. I was still freaked out by the heated towel racks, but
they had a French press. They had
yeah.
you know, they had
stocked with some cereal, some real milk.
Yeah, they had a nice collection of DVDs and other things.
It's sort of weird there's a wood burning stove, but again, that's a thing in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That was the greatest nights. Well, no. Yeah, I had a very good night's sleep there, but I also had very good night sleeps at Andrew's house.
Yeah.
Like I had that window open, it was perfect temperature. Yeah, with the exception of the hot box, I slept great everywhere. Then there was the night we like didn't sleep at all when we stayed at that Airbnb before Leadfoot Festival. But all I remember is we got there super late and had to immediately go to bed.
Yeah.
I remember very little about that place other than there's a photo of me with no shirt on drinking beer before I get out of bed. Like I got someone give me a beer. And so I'm drinking breakfast beer because we couldn't take us with us because you can't take beer in the Leadfoot Festival.
Yeah.
So like we got to drink this. Like, so I'm drinking this tall boy in bed.
Yeah. That was all a series of weird, we have to get rid of this adventures.
Did we buy that beer or did people give us that beer?
I want to say people gave us the beer because every time we do one of the international trips, people give us beer and then and which is fantastic, but it comes to a point where like we had just gotten rid of like the other beer and they're like, hey, we brought you beer, and we're just thinking about like what's going to happen to our livers later that night. But we absolutely do love and enjoy all the beers that we get, and we drink them all, so nothing goes to waste.
Full Send TV says, y'all ever come into Florida to review some Samkra's pizza or Tavarish's Lambo? I'm currently swapping a Hellcat 6.2 into my new Edge and an interest when it's finished. I want to fly down to Orlando and then get a lift up to Freddie Hernandez's house because he's getting the 1,000,000-mile Lexus and I want to be there when it crosses over. But we don't know like what the timetable is and where it's going to be. It's all up in the air right now. But I do want to come back, and I have an open invite to go to Freddie's house. So I am going to be down there. And what was his question? Do I want
to? Are you coming to? Are you ever coming?
Something about pizza.
To review Sam Crack's pizza car, Tavarish's Lambo, and he's currently swapping a Hellcat 6.2 into his new Edge. Any interest when finished?
A Hellcat into a new Edge. Is meaning a Mustang like yours?
Yeah, I'm
Hellcat
assuming.
Engine in that. I guess I don't know where you'd get a Hellcat engine to make that profitable. I mean, Lord knows, like if a modular fits into your car, that means an LS fits into there. But I don't know the dimensions of a Hellcat engine. Either they'll have to cut or they won't. I mean, I am interested, and sure, and thank you for your donation, sir. Pierce Toller. Pierce Toll Air. Pierce Toller. Would you review a Mark III Supra? Not a POV again. Yeah, we'd have to do a full review of that thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just a point of view, because the thing about that Supra is it was made to satisfy a higher price point than the Mark IV Supra. It was like the most luxurious of all of them. And they are super nice. Kind of dated. I think the Mark II Supra is the sexiest looking of all. But the Mark IIIs are nice as well. So yes, I'd do another one. And I want to do one that didn't have a 1J or 2J in it.
Oh, and to the person comment or people in the comments asking about when the next RCR stories is, it's mostly written, but also I'm kind of holding off on doing it until Brian is in New Zealand because I want to release it then. So we're looking at like late March-ish.
Yeah.
Mid to late March around there, so that there's stuff there so that when Brian gets back, like I'll have my mom's Ford Explorer probably. Well, yeah, so that's 2 weeks worth of content, so that when Brian gets back, he doesn't immediately have to go right back to the grind after being on a plane for like 11 years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Darby Studios, thank you for your donation. Hey guys, what's your take on Fiat Chrysler of America's new Ram heavy duty truck? I don't know about it, man. Shoot. I think it's silly how the word Ram is so big on the front. I mean, I saw some pictures, but unless that's the previous generation one. But then again, Ford does it as well with their Raptor. It just says Ford, from headlight to headlight. Big block letters. I think FCA has 2 aces in their pocket, and that's anything with the word Ram on it and anything with the word Jeep on it. Everything else they have is meh. The bloom is off the rose for the town and country and the caravan and everything like that. So I think it's going to be good. I'd like to drive it. We don't do enough trucks, but and there isn't a shortage of truck offers, and there's a Ram truck offer down in Lansdale I'd like to do, partly because we could go down there and just I feel bad that some of my the places I went to go to review cars is just where friends are. Because like Matt Walsh lives in Lansdale now. Be like, oh, well, we could review this car and then go to Matt's house.
But the thing about Matt Walsh is that you could easily pick his brain for a bottomless well of knowledge, so that you can have all sorts of additional content, because that man has forgot more about cars than I'll ever know. Like he could go on about anything for an indefinite amount of time. And so that's why I always thought like he would be a perfect guest for this podcast of literally just, hey, Matt Walsh is here. Ask anything. You will get answers.
Burnt Coolant Productions. Hey guys, haven't donated in a while. All my money has been tied in moving. Oh, it scrolled to the top again.
You're all pick up.
Scroll to the bottom again.
So, hey guys, haven't donated in a while. All my money has been tied in moving out of my parents' house. Love you both. Stay regular. Well,
yeah. Congratulations. Moving out of parents' house. Always a good thing, even though I moved back in twice.
Yeah, same. It's one of those things where, oh man, I was so broke out of college. It's hilarious how broke I was.
Yeah.
But also, it's nice that you have family there who aren't going to constantly shame you for being there.
That's the thing. And that you have a home to go to.
Yeah.
Some people don't get that.
Yeah. So thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation. We will put it to very good use. I appreciate it.
Next up, Foghead Cocktail, $5. Mr. Regular, will you go mountain biking with me and then review my skills?
You're going to review mine because I'm not very good on bicycles. I had this glorious crash on a mountain bike when I was, I think, in the 8th grade. There was this access sort of farm tractor road in this field across the street, and you could sleigh down it in the winter time because they didn't plant crops where this like beaten down area where the tractor drove was, where this beaten down like path on the edge of the field where the tractor would drive. So you could sleigh down that area in the wintertime and then mountain bike down it in the summer. And in the 8th grade, I was hyping myself up to no one because I was alone in this field, saying to myself, okay, I'm going to go down this time. no brakes the whole way down, no brakes. And I made it down with no brakes up until the point I went over the handlebars.
Oh.
And it was the one time that I have my going over the handlebars story. Knocked the wind out of me. Face landed right in dirt. And then, of course, my face then broke out. Like that night, I was getting zits. Like on the part of the face that landed in the dirt.
Get the old
really?
The old Appalachian Trail of acne. It's just
they do mountain biking at Blue Mountain Resort now.
Huh.
So you can ski in the winter, and in the summertime, there are hooks on the side of the ski lifts you can hook your bicycle to and ride to the. I think it's F. Okay. Wait. It froze on my tablet.
No. Oh, wait.
Yep. There it is.
I'm surprised. We almost hit 2 hours without this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going. It's just the lag is terrible.
Okay.
So, I mean, we might as well just keep it. And we're back. Yeah. Some people are saying theirs is fine.
Terrible frame rate.
Yeah.
Terrible frame rate.
Mine is all right. It'll move perfectly fine for like 5 seconds and then be
all right.
But yeah,
sorry guys, I don't know what to do.
It happens. We should probably break out the sign because we're still getting super chat questions.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, like I don't have anywhere to be. But still, it's things, life, humanity, all the things in between. Oscar nominations come out next Tuesday, and that's like Christmas morning for me because I'm one of those crazy people who's actually into film awards season. So it's just yeah. I just love that we live in a world where Black Panther is going to be nominated for Best Picture. Like it's happening, people. Just get used to it. Now watch we come back for the podcast next Wednesday.
Look at that. It's not. It's fallen down so much. It's no longer straight.
Yeah. Yeah, the sound is fine. Just video is slow. Yeah, it happens. But I mean, I have a other poster board in my trunk. If you wanted to make a new sign, but I think there's a certain kind of charm to this one.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't remember where we were. Oh, the mountain biking skills. So Blue Mountain doing that kind of sounds like a weird thing for them to do. I mean, obviously they got to have year-round business.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion, but
you can watch videos of people going down, and that's anxiety.
Yeah.
Like skiing, you get a less you don't get the same sensation of speed watching the video of someone going down a ski run because they're kind of wide. But the people going down in between trees on a bicycle on a path that's not much wider than the tire. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's like I'm kind of I get that kind of anxiety watching the GoPro videos of people do the Duryea hill climb in Reading on their bikes that are just kind of going down, and it's just, I don't know. I get that pit in my stomach, you know.
Bicycles?
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But
Jeffrey Rainey. And thank you for your donation, Jeff. I'm a blind viewer. In RCR Goes to Hard Park at 6 minutes and 55 seconds in, there's a big block V8 and regular saying awesome. And in context, what is that car? I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm guessing it's something that doesn't exist in New Zealand. And it's probably, I think there was like a Cadillac Bergram there or Cadillac Fleetwood rolling around. And I'll bet that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the video, but now
I'm looking at the comments like after that one.
Yeah. Aaron Heinen says it was a Dodge Charger.
Oh. Okay. Looks like an old Dodge Charger. Okay.
Yeah.
Says broken sticks. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a normal
Out of
charge.
context.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dodge really sold stuff down there in New Zealand. Hello, sir. What does that sign say? I'm lagging, says Peter. The sign says don't no longer accepting super chats. But thank you for your donation, sir. Thank you for reading. Thanks so much.
And then let's see. Next question from Courier6, $5 NZ. Thank you. Would you be interested in a 2ZZGE Celica in 6-speed while you're in New Zealand?
I am not going to. This is a vacation for me. I am not going to be reviewing cars while I'm there. I will be hanging out. I will take my GoPro. I will take my head strap. And I think the strap for a motorcycle. I will drive things, but we're not filming complete episodes because when I went to New Zealand last time, and this is such a first world thing to say, but I only experienced New Zealand through the lens of a camera. But it was kind of a poor way to do it. But again, we were there to work. I am going back alone, not to work. I will hang out. Of course, I'll drive something. Primarily, I am going to be in the Wellington area. I think Andrew and I are going to hop a flight to the South Island because it'd be shame to go there a second time and still avoid the South Island. And then I'm going out to the Johnson's farm to do farm work. Really, I'm just going out to chop wood. I think they're buying their bus or something by then. So I'm going to work on a bus. I'm going to play fetch a whole lot with Tahi. And I'm going to do a whole bunch of nothing, which is going to be a great 180 from what I've been doing here in this little apartment, which is just rolling through the reviews because we've been just writing them. Nick's been making the songs. And normally throughout the year, I'm done the review like by Wednesday. And so the rest of the week is there to just do other stuff. And it's great during the summertime to just do other things.
Yeah.
But now it's like winter so I just keep working straight through. So my life right now is just the show. Is just I got done I can't say because we want to keep it a secret, but I'm the first week into I think tomorrow I'll be 2 weeks into February.
Oh wow.
So
it's been rare to be this far ahead because we've
never been this far ahead. It's just I'm laser focused to get this done because I want the show to continue while I'm in New Zealand.
Yeah, and we've been knocking them out like we'll go right, and literally that will be, normally back when we used to write, like years ago, we would write together, right? And then I would go home, sort of, work out whatever kinks that I think are maybe missing about the writing. And then send it to you, and it might be like a day later.
Yeah.
But now this, like before we even leave, I send you my script, or my half of the script, because it's one of those things where like we're really sort of in a certain zone of like knowing exactly what it is we want to say, and not really feeling the need for extraneous. You're still going to get the non sequiturs. It's just like, that type of thing.
Neil Dingra, 199. Will you ever review a 89 or 90 Ford Escort? That's a good car. That's good on gas. Yeah, I do want to review one of those. They're getting kind of hard to come by. The late 80s, early 90s cars, especially here in the Rust Belt. Thank you for your donation. Yes, we want to do one. I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
Those are like the cars I like seeing are the ones from my middle school years, like elementary, middle school years. Just before I knew what was what. Still haven't gotten a K car. No. Technically, the Plymouth Horizon kind of, but yeah.
It'll happen if it kills us.
Casual Insanity. Thank you for your donation. I'm really wanting to buy a 2019 or maybe 2020 Charger. I don't think you should do that. Is there such a negative stigma to going cheaper with a V6? Would you regret not going 5.7 liter? I would regret buying a new FCA car at all. that thing's gonna depreciate bad.
Yeah,
That's not gonna make you happy. Yeah, if you can have your 2020 Charger in 2025, but I want it now. You don't. Buy like a Scat Pack from 2016 or something like that. If you really want power, I don't think that's a good idea. Buying a new FCA car. Maybe lease it for like 2 years, and then you could have your 5.7 liter. Yeah, I wouldn't buy either of them. I mean, my buddy David Coletti likes the Charger Scat Packs, and they do move, but I'm not really married to those cars at all.
Nah.
My advice is don't get one. See, I'm against buying new cars in general.
Yeah, it seems like a sort of bad way to kind of destroy your finances, because like from a personal standpoint, I don't like leasing things.
No,
like that just seems like
terrible.
a terrible idea, and you end up paying more than you actually.
Unless you really have to have that 7 Series, then I think a lease is good.
Yeah, but other than that, it's kind of the money issue. It's always about money. Now, if you have infinite money, then go ham. But I also don't really see the upside to Fiat Chrysler or anything right now.
Yeah, unless you're getting a Jeep or a Ram. But
yeah,
but even then,
so the next.
Oh, I reoriented the screen and lost my place again.
The next one is the penultimate question of the podcast. It is from Full Send TV, $4.99. Thank you so much for the donation. I got a one-time deal on the engine from the stars aligning. The modular being replaced is bulky, plus Ford made the bay extra big, so the 6.2 barely fit. I think this is about the putting the 6.2 into the SN95.
Okay.
Or the new Edge.
One-time deal on a genuine from stars aligning. The modular being replaced is bulky, plus Ford made the extra bay big, so 6.2 barely fit. Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
Well, very good. I mean,
very good indeed.
I mean, take some good video with a tripod of the build. I'd be interested to see that thing. And thank you again for the second donation, Full Send TV.
Yeah. And then the final question of the day. Well, really, it's more of a comment from Robert S. $2. Thank you for the donation. PSA: the Grand Tour Season 3, Episode 1 is out. Have a good night. I have Amazon Prime, and I've seen the Grand Tour. I think I finished the first season, never got around to the second, and I hear that the format is completely changed.
Really?
Like from what it was in the first season. I haven't actually watched in a while, so I think it's hard because people like that group of they like the Hammond, Clarkson, May, all that stuff, but I think they like the format as the people who are hosting that format. And so they don't have the Top Gear format anymore. And they don't really have the studio. It's almost like an Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown type thing now. Or it's not the same show. Now, granted, it's still the three hosts that people really enjoy seeing, but I don't know.
Some of my favorite bits were studio bits.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I didn't really care that much when Clarkson went on the road. I mean, I cared, but I like the track stuff and the studio stuff.
Yeah,
they
were clearly comfortable. I mean, props for them that they got renewed for a third season and getting that Bezo bucks.
Yeah. It's that thing of
Amazon has that cheddar. Just keep it going.
Yeah, you make it rain those Amazon dollars. I mean, and he has the money or they have the money to do it, to fund a show that is maybe incredibly niche.
They had one of the.
Yay!
Sign fell down. Put super cats
on. The mods are asleep. Yeah, nice. I mean, we're at the end of the thing anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's
the Smoking Tire had one of the producers or showrunners or writers for it was like Top Gear, and then for I just say it like in my head it's just Top Gear Amazon, but Grand Tour.
Top Gear Amazon.
Who said that the whole tent thing that they had in the first season just didn't work. Like it was easier just to have the entire thing be an adventure or a special. Or
just one long sort of road trip. So
I'm fine with stuff being cooked, but don't serve me a 5-course meal with some of these adventures and the gasoline bombs going off.
Yeah, overproduced kind of.
You don't have to
don't turn it into an American reality show. It's like the difference between Kitchen Nightmares in the UK and Kitchen Nightmares here. Mm-hmm. Kitchen Nightmares here is absolutely terrible. Mm-hmm. Kitchen Nightmares UK is outstanding television. But you know, I don't know. It just kind of feels like we had a Top Gear US. It didn't work. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we still have a Top Gear US, but Lord knows I'm probably not going to watch it like ever. So it's like, what are you really going to do? All right. So this is it for us as I stretch. But yeah, I thank you so much for coming to the podcast and hanging out with us. I'm sorry for titling this about the Supra and then only spending 15 minutes talking about it and sprinkling that in through the entire podcast so that people can't just listen to the opinion they want and then, you know, F off. But the long and short of it is, what did I learn today? Well, just go with generic titles that are non-specific to what you're going to be talking about.
Honda Rune.
There's been a lot of talk of Honda Rune in the comments, and I'm wondering.
I would have known if I got a submission for Honda Rune.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember when that came out. I was like, look at that fender on that rear wheel.
Ooh,
that was odd.
A final $2 coming in from my poop comes from my butt.
My poop comes from my butt. Chippy Kaye for the muckers. Very good and Die Hard is a Christmas a Christmas movie.
Yeah. It's too, you know, can't go back. So this is a wrap on RCR podcast number 54. Look for it up on Shout Engine, iTunes, and Stitcher, Podcast Addict, any place where you get your podcasts, and except for Spotify, because again, the RSS feed is hosted on Shout Engine.
Delta Rune. Nice. All Susie. Everything. Fanboy. Continue.
But yes, basically we're not on Shout Engine because Shout Engine
Aaron has a good. I'm sorry. But if you can get Monica in for an interview, she is badass. I'll bet she has amazing stories. Yes, Monica and Nugget here in on the podcast is definitely something we could do. But they don't really leave Texas, but there will be. RCR H3R, or we haven't been kicked out yet. It may be just me though. I think we were talking about that.
Yeah, because
I really want to just get track time. So
yeah, there's no point.
There's nothing wrong, nothing stopping me from just bringing the tablet and doing Potato Vision and having them just talking about their questions, because that thing sort of would work. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Just wrapping up on the thing about how, because people keep asking why we're not on Spotify, and it's because the RSS feed is hosted by Shout Engine, and Shout Engine is not supported on Spotify yet. Hopefully it will be, or we could move the RSS feed somewhere else, but you wouldn't get the backlog of all the podcasts, and that would create a whole other like sort of can of beans. And now I have to upload it to 2 separate places, which is just kind of silly. The technology, the less I have to think about it, the better. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us for this podcast, even though it wasn't on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us on Thursday. And if you're in the area that's getting the winter storm this weekend, please stay safe and be careful out there on those roads. I am Nick.
I'm Brian.
Have a great week, everyone. What's left of it anyway.
Bye. It's still doing its thing.
Oh, cool. I need
we can still talk to you, but it's like we're out as far as the
Has anyone seen my friend Gavin? Gav?
What's that from?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh,
It's like a mini quest of, well, that you can't actually solve because Gavin doesn't exist in the game, apparently.
huh. Every day is a winding road. Get a little bit closer. Feeling fine. There's a picture on the wall behind the laptop that you may never see. It's not so much a picture as it is a decorative weave. Weave. Why? Weave. I'm going to have to wash my fitted sheet tomorrow. During the winter, my blanket is an unzipped sleeping bag. I am not lying. Daily Driven says woof. He says, say woof.